Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Tony Varela with Comic TV, and this is my good buddy Mark Sulka with Sulka Smooth Productions. What we're going to do today is we're going to give you a little preview of the Previews magazine. So we're going to go through all three books today, and we're going to start with Marvel, then we're going to go to DC, and then we're going to go to the big book, which has the independent books. So these are going to be the books for March, and you want to get this in by, I believe it's January 20th, that you need to have your pre-orders in. If you don't get them in time, you can still let your comic store know that you want those books, so if they've ordered them already, they can at least pull them for you. So hopefully this will give you a chance to get those books that I usually try to get at the best price possible. So without any further ado, let's get started, and grab your Marvel book to start out, and let's get going.
Enjoy.
So we're going to get it started here with Marvel Comics. So if you're following along with your Marvel catalog, turn to page 6 and you're going to see Strange Academy. Mark, tell them a little bit about this title.
The Marvel Universe has mysteriously changed in such an alarming way that Doctor Strange has done what he's avoided for decades. He's opened a school for young sorcerers. Young people from around the world with aptitude in magic have been brought together in New Orleans to study the mystic arts under Strange, Brother Voodoo, the Ancient One, the Scarlet Witch, Hellstrom, and all your favorite Marvel magicians.
So, one of the reasons I'm specking on this book is because we've got Humberto Ramos doing the art. You are probably familiar with him from Superior Spider-Man, definitely one of the titles of the year that year. We also got Scotty Young, who just finished up a run on Deadpool that was great doing the writing on this. So the cover I'm going for, we do not have a cover image for, but that's J. Scott Campbell. There's a variant cover by Humberto Ramos, and there's also a Jerome Pena cover that there is not an image of yet, but Jerome Pena does some fantastic art. Also, being this is a new title with young characters, I can almost guarantee that you're going to get some first appearances, so look out for that. So next up, if you're following along, turn to page 7 in your Marvel book, and we've got Spider-Woman. Mark, give them a little lowdown on what that Spider-Woman they can expect.
Now this one's going to be a good one because it's an explosive new series that pushes Spider-Woman into new heights of action and adventure from the mad minds of Carla Pacheco and Perry Perez. This is the Spider-Woman book you've been waiting for.
So, the last run of Spider-Woman, there was a costume change, and a lot of fans were disappointed in the look of that. And this time they're getting it back to a little bit more of the original roots. So you've got a new costume cover and a classic costume cover by Jung Young Yoon. Both of those look really great, and I wouldn't dissuade you from getting any one of those. But it is available to order the Art Germ cover, which is the one I'm going for. And then also there is a Carr Andrews cover, and it looks like that's going to be an incentive cover, but we do have an image of that. So lots of nice covers from that one. And there's a Peach Momoko cover as well. And if you've been following that artist at all, you'll know her art is quite hot right now. So be on the lookout for those. So the next up, if you'll turn to page 12, we got the Hellions.
Hellions. Bad is the new good. When Krakoa opened their doors to all mutants and forgave all past crimes, they might have known they'd have to accept some of their worst foes into the fold. Under Sinister's direction, they are sure to become productive members of mutant society.
So in this book, it's written by Zeb Wells. We got Steven Segovia doing the art as well. I'm going to be going after 2 covers that are not listed for sale in the previews, but the Wu Dai Shim and the Hidden Gem variant cover by Jim Lee are definitely guaranteed to be some hot covers, so I would look out for those. I am excited about some of the characters in this new team, Psylocke, Havoc, and Mr. Sinister, but there's a lot of other spares as well, so this is mainly a cover buy for me. Next up, if you'll turn in your book to page 14, we got Wolverine number 2.
Wolverine number 2, The Worst is Back. Wolverine has never been one to back down from a fight. Not even a combined assault from Lady Deathstrike, Sabretooth, and Dr. Cornelius. But the Flower Cartel might have enlisted his worst and greatest foe, Logan himself.
So, if you've been keeping up with X-Force at all, you know Benjamin Percy is the best thing for X-Men going right now. He has been killing it on the X-Men title. So, now that he's doing Wolverine #2, I expect nothing better, nothing but awesome stuff. We also got Adam Kubert doing the art, and there is a variant cover by David Finch. That's the one I'm going to be going after, but Andy Kubert does the regular cover, and that one's definitely available for order. Next up, if you'll turn to page 17 of your Marvel book, we got X-Men Giant Size Magneto #1.
Hickman and Oliver master magnetism on this one. Jonathan Hickman continues his one-shots showcasing some of Marvel's best artists. This time he teams with Ben Oliver to bring a tale of Krakoan ambassador and master of magnetism, Magneto. Krakoa may be only for mutants, but mutants still need to deal with the human world around them. Magneto has a plan for that.
So Jonathan Hickman has just been killing it on these X-Men titles, so I'm really excited about this. Ben Oliver is one of the best artists going. He's been a hot cover artist. It's not often that you get an artist of his caliber doing interiors. There is also a variant cover by Assad Ribic that we do not have an image of. I'm going to hedge my bets, order the Assad Ribic. If it's not as good as the Ben Oliver, then I'm going to swap them out. But I'm definitely looking forward to that title and that artist and writer team up. Next up, if you'll turn to page 20, we got X-Men 8 and 9. And again, you got Jonathan Hickman. You've also got two artists that are awesome, R.B. Silva and Lionel Francis Yu. Those both great, and I'm going to be going for the regular cover on both of these 8 and 9. There is a God Loves Man Kills variant cover, but I am not thrilled with that line of variant covers. But Mark, go ahead and tell them the little synopsis for that X-Men, would you?
Absolutely. Get ready to run on this one. The New Mutants are back from space, and they've brought intergalactic trouble with them. The Brood, the Shi'ar, the Starjammers, I think, the Imperial Guard as well.
So I'm really excited about this run. Hickman's been killing it. X-Men and X-Force have been the best thing going for the new X titles right now. Next up, we've got X-Force, and you'll find that on page 24.
All right, reap what you sow. In the heart of South America, X-Force finds a problem growing that threatens to destroy everything they've built, and one of their own might be responsible. That sounds crazy.
Oh, this book is so dope. X-Force, my favorite X book so far. I forgot to mention Fallen Angels as being one of the great ones, but Benjamin Percy has just been killing it. We got Joshua Cassara doing the art, and I'm going for the regular cover. Next up, turn your guide to page 30. And by the way, I'm not saying that all these books are going to hit. I'm not saying this is all the books that are great. And in fact, if you think there's some that I should have put on my list, please leave that down in the comments. I'm definitely interested to know what you think. So if you'll turn your guide to page 30, we got Marvel #1 of 6.
30 years ago, Alex Ross had a vision of a new series showing the Marvel heroes in a way they'd never been seen before.
So, doing a follow-up after 30 years, we've got Marvel #1. We got Alex Ross doing the cover, and we also helping out on the writing and art duties. Also introducing some new artists like Steve Rude and Frank Espinosa. I am definitely going for the regular Alex Ross cover on this one. And man, I remember having that series growing up, and I just was mind blown by how awesome the art was. We are so lucky today to have so many great artists out right now, but back then, man, it was quite a luxury to have somebody like Alex Ross. So next up, if you'll turn your book to page 34, we got Submariner Marvel Snapshot. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. It seems to be a collection of old stories. but I am mainly going for that Gabrielle Delato variant cover. That thing is going to be dope. It does not have an image of it, but it does show available for pre-order in the Marvel's catalog, or in the previews catalog. So next up, we got Marvel's X, and this is number 3 of 6.
There's something hunting the last boy on Earth, something that doesn't want him to be the cure and the restoration of humanity. And no matter what Spider-Man or Daredevil or even Doctor Strange do to try to protect him, they can't save him from an entire world of monsters. Alex Ross, Jim Krueger, and Well B continue this fantastic prequel to the Earth X trilogy.
So, more Alex Ross. This is basically Alex Ross month this month. But Alex Ross and Jim Krueger are doing the writing. We got Well B doing the art. And then we got the cover by Alex Ross. At least that's the cover that I'm going to be going for. And next up, we're going to be turning to page 43. We got 2020 Iron Age number 1.
The robot revolution rages on, but as the fighting escalates and convictions are put to the test, is everyone committed to their cause, or is there more going on than meets the eye? Don't miss out on this collection of epic adventures from both sides of the conflict, featuring Machine Man, Dr. Shapiro, and Alkema. From industry legend Tom DeFalco and Nick Roche, Christopher Cantwell and Matt Horak, Fonda Lee and Damian Cosero.
So, honestly, I'm not totally interested in any of these 2020 Iron Age books. There's a ton of 2020 books coming out, but I noticed down there at the bottom we got a variant cover by Raza. Raza's being one of my favorite artists, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that one up and roll the dice. Not a big gamble whenever you're gambling on Raza. So next up, we got Immortal Hulk number 32. You'll find that on page 45 of your Marvel guide. And Al Ewing and Joe Bennett have been killing it. Definitely in the running for Marvel title of the year. Alex Ross has been giving us these great covers, and I'm going to go for that regular Alex Ross cover. And then if you turn to the next page, we got Immortal Hulk number 33. Still Al Ewing and Joe Bennett, but if you see there, we've got a variant cover by Joe Bennett, and it kind of reminds me of an homage to the origin of Hulk. So definitely going to pick that one up. The Alex Ross cover is dope as well, and I wouldn't blame you for picking that one up also. So next up, if you'll turn to page 49 in your guide, we've got Captain Marvel number 16.
And that's the Last Avenger conclusion. It's all come down to Captain Marvel versus Vox Supreme. Since discovering her Kree heritage, Carol Danvers has struggled to reconcile her human and her alien sides. Now she must fight for both, or lose everything. But Earth's mightiest hero has a new plan. Will the power of the Avengers be enough to save the world? We'll see.
So Kelly Thompson, she's been doing a great job on this title. I am not a big Captain Marvel fan, but she has really won me over with this. She's also doing the new Star series, which we'll talk about later, and she is doing the Deadpool series, and I did not expect that she would be able to capture the tone of Deadpool, but so far I've been loving that title. Now there's a couple of covers that you might be interested in or that I should point out to you. I'm going for the main cover by Mark Brooks, but I would not blame you if you went for that connecting cover by In-Hyuk Lee. So next up, we got page 56, Avengers of the Wasteland. Now I'm excited about this title. Mark, go ahead and tell them a little bit about that one.
A full moon rises on the wastelands on this one, actually. The Avengers have assembled, but so has Baron Blood and his legion of vampires. The saga continues with more revelations and a surprise reappearance of a hero of the wasteland to guide the new team.
So, I'm excited about this title regardless, I'll buy it whether or not I can get the Gerard Zaffino variant cover. It sounds like that's probably an incentive cover. They do not have an image of it yet, and it is not available for pre-order, but I will definitely have my eyes peeled for that one. The regular cover is by Juan Jose Rip, and we got Jonas Sarf doing the art inside, and Ed Brisson, a very talented writer, doing the writing on that title. So next up, we're going to be going to page 58, and I just mentioned that Kelly Thompson was writing Star, and we got Javier Pena doing the art. Go ahead and give him a little rundown of this new title.
Oh, I would love to, because Star is actually one of my favorites as far as covers go. Love the artwork on that. And in this one, the fight for the Reality Stone is on. And who controls it? Controls the world. The universe is Star's command if she can figure out how to control her powers. And the race is on because the galaxy's greatest hunters are hot on her trail. The Reality Stone is one of the most powerful weapons in this or any world, and currently the only way to obtain it is to kill the woman called Ripley Ryan.
So Kelly Thompson has really created a monster in this character. I'm really excited about this title. It's one of those I tried to avoid, and I just couldn't. There is a variant cover by Raza, and again, Raza's been banging some out, and they don't have images for most of those, but they do have the one for this one, so I definitely recommend you grab that one. But the Javier Pena cover, the regular cover, is quite nice as well. So you don't have to go far, just turn to the next page, and we got Thor number 4.
Thor, God of Thunder. Thor's greatest enemy and the universe's only savior revealed. The Black Winter is coming. The end of the entire vast universe, and only one entity can stop it. The only one who has survived it before, Galactus, the World Eater, has come to Midgard in search of a herald for the end of everything.
So Donny Cates, he is over from the Venom title, and he is Marvel's golden boy right now. We got Nick Klein doing the art, and the regular cover is Respectable by Oliver Copiel, but I am actually going for that Spider-Woman variant by Javier Garrón. Woo!
Super sexy.
Oh man, I love that classic Spider-Woman costume. Can't get enough of it. We also got a variant cover by Ryan Stegman, but I'm either going regular cover or Spider-Woman variant.
Spicy.
So if you'll turn to page 66, we've got Gwen Stacy. This is number 2 of 5. We've got Christos Gage doing the writing and Todd Knock doing the art, and a cover by Adam Hughes. But Mark, give him a little bit about that title, would you?
Absolutely. There's a few things going on with this one here. First of all, Gwen's dad is hurt in the hospital and implicated in corruption charges. But what is a high school student of the month, class president, candidate, science team captain supposed to do about that? Gwen isn't the type to sit on her hands, and even if it means crossing the crime masters and worse. Don't miss this in-continuity tale that will change the way you look at the most beloved Marvel character of all time.
So we got Christos Gage doing the writing, and Todd Knock is actually really underrated as an artist. I will definitely be getting the Adam Hughes cover, but Ryan Brown, one of the hottest artists of last year, definitely a newcomer coming out the gate swinging. He's got a variant cover. They do not have an image for it, but I have not yet been disappointed by a Ryan Brown variant. Definitely recommend you jump on that one. Next up, if you turn to page 70, we've got the Amazing Spider-Man Daily Bugle. Now, I am not really into this title, but there is another variant cover by Raza. We don't have an image on that one, but I'm going to bet on Raza every time. Next up, we got the Amazing Mary Jane.
Welcome to New York, MJ. After the can't-miss events of The Amazing Mary Jane number 5, your favorite redhead is back home. First up, Spider-Man. But has her relationship with Mysterio changed things with the love of her life? Next up, a press tour complete with iconic New York guest starring gigs. And oh no, what's that? We'll see.
So we got Leah Williams doing the writing on that, Carlos Gomez doing the art. I am going to be looking out for the Greg Land covers. Greg Land really knows how to draw the ladies, and he recently did a Spider-Gwen or a Ghost Spider cover that is guaranteed to be epic. Next up, if you turn to page 72, we got Ghost Spider number 8.
That one's going to be rather interesting because there's a couple things going on in there. Rock and roll dreams come true. It's all eyes on the Mary Janes as Gwen takes the band on a rip-roaring multiversal concert tour. But not all those eyes belong on starstruck fans. There's something symbiotic and sinister stirring in the Prime universe, and Gwenum may have a part to play in this one.
So, the thing that caught my eye right there is there's something symbiotic and sinister stirring in the Prime universe. So does that mean we're going to get another symbiote in the Prime universe? That sounds like it to me.
Ooh.
So we got Shannon McGuire doing the writing on that, Iguara doing the art, and the cover's by Takeshi Miyazawa. Looking forward to that title. Next up, turn to page 73, and we got Miles Morales Spider-Man number 16.
Morales versus monsters. Miles is taking on his biggest responsibility yet, babysitting his new little sister, Billy Morales. But fussiness and feeding are the last of their problems. There's something underground. Meanwhile, Miles' uncle Aaron made a deal with a different kind of beast, Ultimatum, and he's about to get bit.
So I love this title. Solid and Ahmed is doing the writing. Corey Smith is doing the art on this title. And we're going to have a Javier Garrón cover, and that's the one I'm going for. Also, I don't know if this is going to be the final art there, but you notice you got Miles' new little sister on the cover there. There's been a lot of speculation as to what her future identity is going to be. But you see the little spider hand down there next to her, and I think that's definitely a clue. Next up, if you turn to page 74, we got Morbius number 5.
Now, for years, Michael Morbius has looked in the mirror and seen a monster. Thanks to his recent tampering with his own genes, that horror has become a reality. Can his immortal bloodlust finally be satisfied, and at what costs?
So we got Vidia Ayala doing the writing on this and Marcelo Ferreira doing the art. The Scan regular cover is really nice, but the cover that I'm looking to get is the June Pak. Definitely going to be a winner there. I have really been enjoying this title, and if you've seen the new Morbius preview, definitely a lot of hype coming out for that character right now. So next up, you want to turn to page 77, we got Venom number 24.
The War Within, Venom Island continues. Cletus Cassidy may be gone, but Carnage is another story. And its evil has infected Venom and the entire Island of Bones. As every living thing on the island hunts him, Eddie Brock may have no choice but to burn it, and everything he holds dear to the ground.
So Donny Cates, again, the darling of Marvel. We got Mark Bagley, doing the art. I really preferred Stegman on this title, but I don't know how long Bagley's going to be doing the art on that. But I am going for this Spider-Woman variant cover by Rocky Kim. Woo, my goodness, look at the cheeks on Spider-Woman.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's a close-up worthy.
Yeah, I'd jump out the window for that too.
Have to.
My gosh. Page 78. We've got the Symbiote Spider-Man Alien Reality number 4 of 5.
The fate of the future is in Spidey's hands. Can Spider-Man fix reality, or is he doomed to live in a world not of his own?
I've been loving this title. Peter David's a great writer. Classic. And we got Greg Land doing the cover art and the interiors. And I'm going for that Greg Land regular cover. I'm going to pass that one up. So next up, we got Black Cat number 10. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this title because I'm only going for this J. Scott Campbell. cover, and it's not often you get a regular cover by J. Scott Campbell, and he draws Wolverine pretty nice. He draws Black Cat even better.
Super sexy.
And speaking of sexy, we got Marvel's Avengers Black Widow #1. These are based on the video games, but Mark, give me a little rundown about that.
The super spy stars in the final adventure of the launch of Marvel's Avengers. Former Russian spy Natasha Romanoff has joined S.H.I.E.L.D. But when a specter from her past resurfaces, where do her loyalties really lie? And what is the source of her deadly feud with the villainous Taskmaster? Solve the mystery in this adventure leading up to the upcoming Marvel's Avengers video game as we explore a key episode of the dramatic saga of the woman called Black Widow, which I can't wait for that video game. I'm a big gamer, and that's going to be awesome.
I'm excited about that one. I'm excited about the movie. As you know, the second trailer just dropped, and that thing looks dope.
It is fire.
They actually look like they might have nailed Taskmaster, I hope. So next up, we've got Deadpool #5. So if you turn to page 83, you'll see that Deadpool, and Kelly Thompson again. So she's doing Captain Marvel, she's doing Star, she's doing Deadpool. We got Gerardo Sandoval doing the art, and what's going on in this book?
Well, Deadpool loves Monster. Monster springs city attack. What to do? Deadpool.
Yeah, so Deadpool has been king of monsters. That's been going on. We got a different artist than the usual. Bacalao was doing the art before, and his art was a little tough to read, so we'll see how I like Sandoval's, but I'm going after the Mirka Andolfo cover. I love her art from the Unsacred series, so I'm going to check that one out and see what's up with that. Black Panther #22. No, I'm not going to go into deep detail with this because this is strictly a cover by, but I noticed Carl Andrews is doing the variant cover on this one, and that is available for pre-order. So Carl Andrews does some dope covers. Definitely recommend you check that one out. So Doctor Doom #6. If you check out page 87 of your Marvel previews, we got Christopher Cantwell doing the writing, Salvador Larroca, who is definitely a respectable artist, doing the interiors on that, but I'm strictly going for the Spider-Woman variant cover by Mike Mayhew. You know I like the artists that can draw the ladies, and none does better than Mike Mayhew. So next up we got Daredevil #19 on page 89.
Hell's Kitchen is hanging by a thread, and that thread is Daredevil. Owl makes his play while Mayor Fisk watches from the sidelines on this.
So Chip Zdarsky's been killing it on the writing. One of my favorite writers right now. This title is banging hot. Mark Cicchetto is perfect art for this title, and they've been giving us one Totino Tedesco regular covers, and that's what I'm going for. Now, we do not have an image of the Spider-Woman variant cover by Mike Del Mundo, but Del Mundo is a great artist, so there is a chance that that could be a really nice cover as well. So next up to page 93, we got Punisher Soviet #5 and 6 of 6.
This is going to be the soul-chilling end of Punisher Soviet. Frank and Val have fought side by side against not only a Russian mob, but also against the tide of history, and these issues will make you see the Punisher, and possibly the world, differently than you know.
So I've been getting this book because Garth Ennis is doing the writing. He of The Boys fame, and I love that series both on TV and in the comics. We got Jason Burrows doing the art. I'm going to roll the dice and go for the variant covers on both issue 5 and 6, and if they don't turn out that nice, I'll go back to the regular cover. But we're almost done with Marvel here. We got one more on page 98, and that is Star Wars Bounty Hunters.
Bounties! Years ago, Valance and fellow bounty hunters, Bossk and Boba Fett, took on a mission that went sideways in a bad way after Valance's mentor, Nakano Lash, violently betrayed them. Valance's team barely escaped with their lives. He never thought he'd face his old mentor ever again, until Lash finally resurfaces under mysterious circumstances. Every bounty hunter in the galaxy wants a piece, and Valance is hellbent on getting to the prize first. He has score to settle, but so does Boba Fett.
So, we get a hot regular cover by Lee Bermejo. He did the Batman Damned series, but what I'm going for is the Carr Andrews cover. We do not have an image of that, but you can guarantee it's gonna be dope. No Star Wars character is hotter right now than the Mandalorian and Boba Fett, so I'm definitely in on this one. All right, we're going to move on to our DC Previews catalog. And if you just go ahead and turn to page 4, we've got Batman number 90.
The mysterious master criminal known only as the Designer once brought together Gotham City's greatest criminals to plot the perfect crime. And now his plan has been unleashed upon the city in all its might. Batman will go to any length to uncover the grand design, but Catwoman is the one who holds the greatest secret. If Batman wins against the Designer, he will lose everything.
So we got us a new villain apparently called the Designer. We got us a new writer, James Tynion IV. And man, I am so glad we finally get a respite from Tom King. We got 2 dope covers here, and I'm probably going to grab them both. We got a Jorge Jimenez cover A, and we got us a badass Francesco Mattina cover B, variant cover of the Riddler. And next up, Batman 91. And I didn't even mention before, we're getting some sweet interior arts by Jorge Jimenez as well. And while I like the A cover of the Batman 91, I'm going to go strictly with that Mattina cover B. That thing is a beauty. So next up, turn your DC books to page 7, and we've got DC's Deceased, Unkillables number 2. Go ahead and tell them a little bit about that one.
That one is a good one because with the world ending around them, Red Hood and Batgirl take shelter in the most unlikely place, an orphanage full of children. Will they be able to protect the kids from the impending hordes of the infected streaming out of Gotham City and Blüdhaven? And elsewhere, Deathstroke, Vandal Savage, and some of DC's worst villains battle the apocalypse out as an anti-suicide squad, but a certain wondrous woman may not let them have it their own way.
So Tom Taylor's writing this Deceased Unkillables. We got art by Carl Mostert and Trevor Scott, and I'm getting 2 covers of this book. I'm getting the Francesco Mattina cover, and also that Ben Oliver Unkillables movie variant cover, and that is an homage to Full Metal Jacket, one of my favorite freaking movies of all time.
Good movie.
So next up, we're gonna skip on to page 13. We're going to Action Comics, and we got number 1021.
Metropolis Down. The blockbuster supervillain team-up of the century continues. Leviathan, the Invisible Mafia, the Legion of Doom, all have descended on the city of Metropolis to challenge Superman at his most vulnerable moment. With the truth about the Man of Steel's secret identity out in the open, all the rules of engagement have changed, and no one is safe. Guest starring the Justice League and Young Justice.
So we got Brian Michael Bendis doing the writing on this title. Not a big fan of the John Romita art. He's got Klaus Johnson helping him as well. I'm going strictly for this Lucio Perillo variant cover. So next up, turn your books to page 15, and we got Aquaman number 58.
Hot variant on that as well. There's a baby in the water and the sharks are circling. Mira lies comatose following the birth of her child, and when it becomes clear that he who has the royal baby has royal power, Aquaman must flee with his young daughter. But will he be able to escape Ocean Master, who's been sharpening his trident as well as his plans for takeover with a loyal new army at his back? The hunt is on, and everything Arthur holds dear hangs in the balance.
So we got Kelly Sue Kelly Sue DeConnick doing the writing and Robson Roca doing the art. And these two have been killing it for the longest on this title. And we got us a new artist that is coming out the gate swinging, and that is Jeremy Roberts. That cover art is dope. Now, there's one title that he's doing, and that's Suicide Squad. I won't be getting that book, but man, that is a close one right there. So Jeremy Roberts, new artist, really killing it. And we got us an Aqua Baby too, so could be a possible first appearance or early appearance. I'm anxious to see what Aqua Baby's going to be able to do. So next up, we got Batman: Curse of the White Knight, number 8.
Witness the final battle of the two bats in the conclusion of the second installment of the White Knight saga. After learning the truth about his name and fortune, Bruce Wayne has made a shocking public announcement in pursuit of redemption. But before he can secure Gotham's future and prosperity once and for all, he must protect the city in one last brutal showdown with Azrael. With Batman devastated by his shattered identity, and with little left to lose, there may be nothing left to stop him from abandoning his code and resorting to one unthinkable desperate measure.
So we got Sean Murphy doing the writing, the cover, the interiors, and the cover B, which is the one I'm going for with the Joker on the cover. Can't pass that one up, and I cannot recommend this title enough. Now the next one we're going to breeze on by, it's strictly a cover by The Batman's Grave. It's written by Warren Ellis, Brian Hitch, and Kevin Nowlan are doing the art, but I'm strictly going for the Ji Hyung Lee. I've read this title before this month, but I am strictly getting it for the cover. Another cover by for me is going to be Batman and the Outsiders, and you'll find that on page 20. And we got a cardstock variant cover by Gabrielle Delato, and that's of Ra's al Ghul, and that thing is a beauty. What do you think of that, Mark?
Oh, it's awesome. Super cool. Love the artwork on that. It's a gorgeous cover. Colors really pop on this one.
And we even got a regular cover by Tyler Kirkman, but definitely seen him do better work. And moving right along, we got Catwoman number 21, and that was on page 22. Now, Joelle Jones is doing the writing on this book, and she's doing a great job, and sometimes she does the interiors as well, and she's got a great writing style, but she's leaving the art duties up to Fernando Blanco. Mark, tell them a little bit about this title.
Well, in this action-packed conclusion to the Villa Hermosa epic, Catwoman and Raina Creel go head-to-head. Win or lose, this is a crosswords for Catwoman. Will she stay with her sister in the new home, or return to Gotham City and the life she hoped she had left behind?
So, Joelle Jones is actually doing the cover A for this one, but I'm going strictly for that Ian McDonald cover B. Man, he's been doing some beautiful work, filling in for, or taking over, I should say, from those Art Germ cover Bs that I love so much. So, next up, if you turn your DC book to page 61, we got The Last God number 6. So not a lot of DC books that I'm picking up. So if you turn your DC books to page 61, the last of my DC pickups this month will be The Last God number 6. I've really been enjoying this title. I don't know that it's been getting much buzz, but it's really well written, and I'm loving this Riccardo Federici art. And once again, you're getting nice interiors from an artist that normally only does cover art. And the cover artist on this book is Kai Carpenter. And that's going to do it for DC. So next, we're going to be pulling out the big old fat Bible of the book. And we're going to be going to page 50, and that's going to be under Image. So we got Decorum number 1, a new title, and also the Gem of the Month for previews. Go ahead and give them a little input on that title.
There are many assassins in the known universe. This is the story of the most well-mannered one. Manners are a sensitive awareness of the feelings of others. If you have that awareness, you have good manners, no matter what knife you use.
So we got a new title and a great writer in Jonathan Hickman. We got Mike Huddleston, and if you remember, Mike Huddleston was doing some of the ratio variants for House and Powers of X and some really nice ones. So I'm really looking forward to this marriage of art and writing, and I'm also planning on grabbing both the cover A and B wraparound covers. Looking good on those. So next up, if you'll turn to page 54, we've got another new title and also a gem of the month. This is Mirka Andolfo's Mercy. This is number one of a 6-issue miniseries.
When the placid mining village of Woodsburg is disturbed by a series of brutal murders, the settlement is in turmoil, and as the first snow covers the chaos in a white blanket, a mysterious woman in black arrives, eliciting a totally different kind of unrest. But who is Lady Helene really? And what's her secret agenda?
So we got Mirka Andolfo coming out with another new title, and I've been telling you about the Unsacred title, and I really love it. And we've got a couple of nice covers. We got the Andolfo cover A, the Humberto Ramos cover B, but the one I'm going for is not pictured in this catalog, but you can find it online, and that's by Stanley Artgerm freaking Lau, and this thing is beautiful, so I recommend you get it. Although they don't have the cover pictured, you can order it. And actually, Marvel is the only one that lists variant covers that you can't just order outright, and it's pretty annoying when you're trying to plan what you're going to order, because you don't even know if it's a ratio variant or if it's just going to be 1 for 10, 1 for 25, or how it's even going to be dealt out. So if you turn to page 78, we got Hardcore Reloaded number 4 of 5.
The new president is under attack. In order to save him, Drake will have to go further than he has ever gone before and body jack his most powerful host ever.
So this title is totally sick. Brandon Thomas is doing the writing. We got Francis Portello and Leonardo Passierati doing the art, and Nick Klein's doing the cover on that. This title is banging, ultra violent, great story, great art. I enjoyed the original Hardcore, and I'm excited to be on this one. And so next up, if you'll turn another page to page 80, we got Philadelphia number 5. This is a Rodney Barnes written title, and it is super dope. We got Jason Sean Alexander doing the interiors, but Mark, give him a little rundown of this title.
As Philadelphia burns around him, newborn vampire and former detective James Sangster Sr. must fight back his bloodthirst long enough to save his city and his son. But is he willing to make a deal with another devil to stop lead vampire John Adams and his hellhounds? We'll see.
So we got us a Neil Adams cover B, but honestly, that cover A by Jason Sean Alexander is the one I'm going to go for. And if you don't know who Jason Sean Alexander is, check out Spawn. He's been drawing Spawn for a long time, and his art is dope. So next page 81, we got Lucy Clare number 4, and this is a new title from John Upchurch. Does the writing, art, and cover A and B. Mark, please give him a little bit of a little synopsis of this title.
Lucy's life hangs in the balance after her battle with a god. Now, the rest of the group must rely on the aid of a mysterious stranger who claims that she may be able to save Lucy and shed a bit of light on the wolf hunter's mysterious past.
So really loving these Upchurch cover A's. I've already picked up the first issue of this, and I really enjoyed it. I was very impressed with the interior art as well. So it's a new title. Definitely going to pick that one up. Definitely recommend it highly. So next up, page 90, also from Image, we got Spawn. I was already talking about Spawn. We got 307.
Prophecy of Death Part 2. Spawn, like you've never seen it before. Fan favorite artist Philip Tan and Spawn creator Todd McFarlane explore an epic tomorrow. The ramifications of Spawn's war with heaven and hell have created a nightmare future. A future that threatens to destroy everything Al Simmons has fought to defend.
So I've been loving this Spawn title. Todd McFarlane still giving us a $2.99 book. Holy crap. Philip Tan, new art on Spawn. I don't know how long he's going to be filling in for Jason Sean Alexander or if this is a semi-permanent move. I'm going with this cover C by Francesco Mattina. It's dope.
That was my best read yet.
Next up, if you turn all the way to page 152, we've got The Kill Lock number 4. This is another new title by Livio Ramondelli, doing the writing, the art, and the cover. Mark, tell him about this title.
An original series by Livio Ramondelli, where if one dies, they all do. If their sources are right, they're on the world of the Cure, the one and only place to have the kill lock removed and for 4 robotic criminals to save their lives. But will this barren world provide their salvation or their destruction?
So it sounds like there may be an incentive cover for this book. I got the first issue and I absolutely love it. I can't believe a talented writer can also draw this good. Really dark sense of humor to this book, and it's a really nice premise. You got 4 robots that have been exiled to a foreign planet. They're all hooked together by this thing called the Kill Lock, where if one of them dies, all of them dies. Great new book. Definitely recommend you check it out. Now, I've got some really nice covers coming up. Now, Vampirella I usually buy for just a cover buy, but since we've got Christopher Priest doing the writing on this book, I am all in.
Ooh, Flight Plan. Seduction of the Innocent resumes, taking us back to where the series began. The doomed fight of a firm fair 1969. A warning comes to Vampirella too late as a cadre of her greatest foes execute their plan to destroy the life that she's built for herself on Earth.
So this Vampirella book is really nice. Ergun Gunduz has been doing a great job on the art. As I mentioned, Christopher Priest is doing a great job on the story. And we've been getting these Lucio Perillo covers as well. Now there is a zombie incentive variant cover by Juan Gedeon. If you can get to hold of that one, I definitely recommend you do. Next up, if you turn to the next page, 177, we got Red Sonja Age of Chaos number 3. And there's several covers that I want to recommend to you on this one. But first, Mark, tell them a little bit about this title.
Red Sonja, paired with the half-vampire Chastity, is on the path to setting things right, restoring the timeline and hopefully saving humanity in the process. But Chastity isn't the one strange visitor from another time. Jade, Evil Ernie, and Purgatory have all come to Hyboria as well, and they're taking a shine to the savage world as an easy place to indulge their dangerous natures. They may not take so well to the notion of going home.
So we got several covers on this that I want to recommend, and this is the first time Red Sonja and the Age of Chaos characters have been combined together, so I'm going for that Lucio Perillo cover A. There's also a cover D Conca from Conca that I'm going to get, and if I can get a hold of the sneak peek incentive cover by Derek Chu, I definitely will. And there's also an Adam Hughes and Michael Turner incentive cover that looks nice as well. If you watch my channel, I just picked up the Michael Turner Red Sonja cover, and you can check that out. Next up,
Titties.
page 182, Deja Thoris number 4. Now this is strictly a cover buy, and there's a few great artists doing covers on this. We got the Juan Gedeon zombie variant, we got the cosplay variant, we got the Michael Lisner cover C, but the one I'm going for is the Lucio Perillo cover A. Next up, another straight cover by Kiss Zombies number 5. We got Arthur Sudyan giving us a beautiful Gene Simmons cover A. Man, that zombie Gene Simmons looks incredible. Woo!
Great design, great artwork.
I love those red and black covers. Also, there is a Virgin variant of this for $50. Make you holla. So next up, we're going to go all the way to page 208. And this is a hot new title from Boom Studios, Once and Future. Mark, tell them about this title.
Although Bridget and Duncan were able to escape the other world, their adventure is only just beginning. As the chaos of Arthur's return reaches London, an artifact at the British Museum is stolen. But is it Arthur who is interested in the relic, or someone or something new?
So this is written by Kieran Gillen, and Dan Mora is doing the interior and cover arts, and this is one of the hottest titles of last year, and man, great job on both. I'm definitely sticking with this title. And another title that I've really loved is Something is Killing the Children.
Erica may have slayed the beast terrorizing Archer's Peak, but the town is far from safe. As James recuperates from the horrible events of the last issue, Tommy also struggles to find his place in the new status quo of his life.
So one of my favorite titles of the year, new titles of the year last year, James Tynion IV, who's also doing Batman right now. It's been doing a great job. Whether Deladera's art style is not one I would normally gravitate to, but man, the marriage of the two is really something awesome. So next up, we're going to go to page 228, and I've already mentioned Unsacred earlier, talking about Mirka Andolfo, and we got number 5, and Angelina and Damiano have just got married, so finally maybe Damiano can finally consummate his marriage with Angelina. But I've really been loving the cheeky art style as well as the sense of humor on this book, and I think it's dope. So almost done here. We just got just got one more. If you go to page 273, there's a new title, and that one is called Archangel 8.
In a world beyond the sight of mortals, heaven and hell wage war for the souls of mankind. Principal among God's legion are 7 archangels written about in religious texts for millennia. But there is an 8th archangel, known only from passing allusions in Apocrypha, who operates under a different code. Fighting without God's sanction, he faces the enemy on his own terms and shows just how bad good can be.
So I don't know if you're familiar with C.P. Smith's art, but he's got a really nice art style. We got Michael Morici doing the writing on that, and a dope Jeff DeCall cover. Now, Upshot is not a big print run on that, so if a title like this pops, you can definitely get a lot of bang for your buck. So, I hope you enjoyed this preview. I hope it gives you a good idea of the books that you might want to get. I'm not telling you to buy any of these, but these are the books that I'm going to be going after and I'm going to be trying to get. So, hopefully if you like my picks that you see every week, check it out, let your comic store know, and hopefully you can get those. If you think there's some that I missed, please leave it down in the comments. I'm anxious to know what you think. And Mark, thanks for helping me out today.
Anytime.
Tell them what you got going on.
I just have a little YouTube channel, Strong Living Comedy. Come and check it out if you want to have a little bit of a laugh or check out some of the funny stuff that I've done. Kind of a waste of time, but it's pretty cool. And I got some voiceover stuff coming at you this year.
So remember to look down, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and be sure to tell your friends, tell your kids, tell your wife to watch Comic TV. We'll see you next time. Woo!